The African National Congress will host the 2025 Liberation Movement Summit at the Radison Blue Hotel, Kempton Park from the 25th to the 28th of July under the theme Defending the Liberation Gains, Advancing Integrated Socio-Economic Development, Strengthening Solidarity for a Better Africa. Now, the summit will advance frameworks for inter-party collaboration, regional integration, youth engagement and sovereign resource governance. Earlier, SABC News reporter Khaya Khumalo spoke to ZANU-PF spokesperson Christopher Mutsvangwa.
Let's look at the significance of this gathering as the organizations are meeting here.
Well, first, as a matter of correction, I am the spokesperson for ZANU-PF.
Apologies.
Yes, I'm the Secretary of Information and Publicity of ZANU-PF. Of course, we are very happy to be here in Johannesburg, in South Africa, as guests of the ANC, the last born of the African continent in the resurgence of Africa from the shackles of imperial, colonial, apartheid and racist control. So our presence in South Africa is really a celebration of Africa's victory over a very dark period of time. We are here as neighbors, we are here as friends, but more important, we are here as soul brothers and sisters, because over a period of time, since the formation of the ANC in 1910, it was actually the pioneer of the African National Liberation Movement, which went up north at a political level, but would return to repay South Africa at a higher level, at a qualitative level, when we became military organizations fighting against entrenched settler colonialism in Zimbabwe and racism, against, of course, earlier on Portuguese imperialism in Angola and Mozambique, and our distant neighbor Guinea-Bissau, PIGC, and then, of course, the final lap to victory, which saw South Africa and Namibia become part of the African continent. So here we are. This is the journey we have traveled to become soul brothers. So beyond what we are as neighbors and friends, like there's something unique about Southern Africa and the Southern Africa Development Community, to which we now all belong, which is actually a brainchild of the former liberation movements, which are here today. It is that we acquired a political soul which no other region, which no other economic bloc, be it ECOWAS or ASEAN or MESOCU or EU, they don't have a political soul, because they are neighbors and friends primarily and nothing beyond that. We are neighbors and friends, but beyond that, we are soul brothers and sisters, because Tanzania, because Zambia, hosted us as the federal liberation movements, and we shared experiences. We became militant brothers in the training camps of those two countries, and later on in Angola and Mozambique. So we shared a military fraternity, and it has given Southern Africa this political soul which I referred to, and we are celebrating it today. That's why we in Zimbabwe, we feel at home in South Africa, we feel at home in Namibia, we feel at home in Angola, we feel at home in Tanzania, we feel at home in Zambia, we feel at home in Mozambique.
Maybe to jump in there, sir, it comes at a critical time. Geopolitical tension, the issues of tariffs affecting economic development. I would imagine that's one of the critical areas you will have to look at.
Well, we are excited about that, because in terms of geopolitical tensions, we would really wish that the superpower, which is America, can revisit its approach to its relations with South Africa. There is a necessary tension between Washington and Pretoria, which is not conducive to the development of bilateral relations between the two nations, but which is also not conducive to what America's role should be in the resurgence and growth of Africa. So we would really want to appeal to Washington to really look at the relations with South Africa, because this is our regional economic powerhouse, and Africa looks up to South Africa in many more ways than one to be the leader on the continent, and we feel a little bit askance when South Africa is being pushed, or there's an appearance of trying to push South Africa around.